What's that one Biden clip where he's like, "We own the finish line"? That's us. We are the storm, chat. We will light up the sky and drown our opponent in the torrents. Do you hear the crackle? Do you hear the electricity? Do you see the storm clouds? That's all me, baby. Hey everyone, Kat here. Welcome back to another video. This is from our Toybox run this weekend, a tournament hosted by Plushybell, where the rules are Maxi is banned and we use the most recently announced ban list. So the ban list that was just announced like a week ago, you can find it on our videos here. We did one on the channel, ban list react, was in effect, which made Cooltoon a little bit weaker. So I decided to give Yummy a try again, to pick Yummy back up. This is one of my favorite decks of all time. It was untouched by this most recent ban list, and I wanted to try like a pure iteration because I don't like, actually, I really don't like mixing it with stuff. I think Yummy is at its strongest when you can jam like 25 pieces of non-engine into the deck and just kind of go to town. We also tried some sillier techs. You're seeing one here. We pulled up the Dotscaper here as just another one-card starter because Dotscaper can link off, summon itself back, and make Cup C Way, which is like a starter. I will say I didn't love the Dotscaper. I didn't love the Dotscaper at any point in this tournament. It was not for me. Nonetheless, this list did really, really well for us. We did make it to the semis, and we lost only... Well, I guess you'll see. You'll see what happened. We're going to go into the duels in just a second. The only thing I wanted to talk about is just some like esoteric choices here. We decided for 1-for-1 as like another starter, and we decided to use Mecha Hornet Drones and Kagari as another starter. Just trying to max out on starters now that Cup C has been put to 1. It's just so... You just brick in this deck sometimes. Sometimes this deck just bricks, you know? And I just wanted that to not happen. Nonetheless, Dotscaper, not the goo. If you're there playing Dotscaper, stop. It is not good. I never want this card. I never wanted to see it. When I saw it, I was like, bleh. Like, it just doesn't do enough. Don't worry about it. Just play the second Jester Comfeat, or play like Sangan if you want to find normal summon that gets you there. The other thing I'll say is we took Link Spider out of the extra deck because this format, Nib, like, just isn't around. Like, people just are not playing this card. So Link Spider gets a lot less value. And, notably, we wanted the Kagari as the extra deck slot here to Hornet Drones into Kagari, bring back the thingamajig. Typhon, great card against Cooltoon. So I don't want to take it out of the deck this format, and everything else is pretty stock standard. WP could, in theory, go, but I think if you make it to WP, you kind of win in game states where you don't auto-win if you don't have her. So keep that in mind as well as we go forward. The only other things to consider with this list is this Droplet here, which we brought specifically for the KT matchup. I think Droplet in draw phase, Droplet send monster, send spell, demolishes any KTM board that they could have sent up. So our plan was to do that and then just get clicking. And it kind of worked out for us. We had a lot of great games, and I'm excited to get into them. So see y'all in the games. Have a great one. And see you on the other side. Bye! Alright, here we are with the first duel of the set. We are on Yummy. We are playing against Radiant Typhoon here in the semifinals of the Toybox tournament. And looking at both of our hands together, you can probably guess how this one is going to go. I mean, let's see, right? We're going in, we're feeling confident, we won the coin, we start with the Pure Erase map to search for Cup C, you know, saying whatever to droll, and we activate Hornet Drones, and I see a pause, and yep, there's the Fool Lost, and go, alright, like, okay, you know, this is maybe alright, we'll start with the Cup C here, we'll grab the surprise, we'll make Snatchy, we'll set up the board, right? We activate, God, the Crocia for turn. Oh, and then we pass back. Oh, and then we pass back, chat. All right, this is going to be a chant in the draw phase for this one, which activates the Crocia. I go, uh-oh, the Crocia here, they chain MST on our 1-for-1. We set the 1-for-1 specifically to bait this interaction, so, like, I'm like, okay. I'm like, it's not lost yet. It's not lost yet. It's not lost yet. We're okay. It's gonna be okay. We're gonna be okay. It's in drop phase, so nothing crazy happened. They're gonna MST our next one as well. We can let it go this way. I mean, we could have brought back Cupsy, I guess, but I wasn't feeling too concerned about it. Here goes this for MST back. MST again for the Croaky, and I'm like, okay, that's fine. That's all of our spell traps, but we're chilling. There goes Eldam. I chain Snatchy saying, let's start getting rid of the bodies, and then the Sheena comes down, and I go, oh! Oh! Uh-oh! Uh-oh! Uh-oh. And that's our scoop. Definitely a rough game one. Definitely a rough game one. But you know what? In tournament settings, you're gonna have rough game ones. Let's see how the next game plays out for us. Game 2, and we start with the coin again because we lost the last one, so we get to win this one. We start with a 1-for-1 this time, going straight into the Cupsy. Cupsy's gonna add for surprise here. I believe the Droll comes down. Yeah, there it goes. I'm like, alright, you know, the funny thing about the Yummy combo is you're actually able to do it pretty well under Droll. They don't have any other interruptions here, so let's just go through it, right? We're gonna go here, bring back the Cupsy Wupsy, 2 here into Lollipo Yummy Way. Lollipo brings back 2, 1, 2. We summon out the Lollipo, we go here into Martial Metal Marcher comes back. I value the Herald quite highly. So we're gonna let the Herald go, we're gonna Sprout. Here, chat, I pause. I think they might have a Super Poly, so I almost didn't bring back Lollipo, right? Because then it would link these two off, and so we'd play around the Super Poly that way. But I understood that Super Poly would come down anyway once we hit 2 Yummies on the field. So no matter what, we were going to get frame mugged by it. So I was like, if they have Super Poly, the thing that I want to do is summon back the Lollipo now, so they use it immediately, and then I can just bring it back again next turn with the not once per turn elf. So I'm like, this is a little bit playing around Super Poly. We could have done a IP play instead of going into Herald at all if we really wanted to play around the Super Poly, but I was like, this is probably fine. Plus, they aren't a deck that really pluses off of having the body from Super Poly. Like, that extra body doesn't really do much for them, especially when we have Droplet and Surprise to back us up. So we'll set 2 more, pass back to our opponent here, and let them ride. They are going to start with the Super Poly, but they have to pitch the Varoom. They don't have to, but they decide to pitch the Varoom, which gets banished, which is great for us. Later in comms, Kraken suggested to me that they didn't know that Varoom was going to get banished. They forgot the Floodgate of Herald effect, which made the game much, much easier for us as they Typhoon and chant. They do snipe our Surprise here, but we just get to bring back the Cupsy. Cupsy to search another Yummy name. They MST the other one, but at this point, the Muddragon's already on the field, so we can just negate it and have its attack, which I'm feeling pretty good here. They activate Chant here to go grab, I believe, Eldam, but now we're off to the races. We have every Yummy interruption, and I don't think they really have a hope here. They goes for Sven, we Lollipo away one of the MSTs, and then we Snatchy for a Croaky, and then we Snatchy up here, going here into Cupsy Yummy Way to continue plussing. Chain to pop the Eldam. They already used their chant, so no matter what the Sven searches, they can't actually plus from here. And so we just summon back the Snatchy and the Cookie. The Vision comes out, the Cookie comes in. We pop the Muddragon. They draw 2, pass 2, and that's that. So we take an easy game 2, but now, chat, for game 3, we have to go second. So let's see how that plays out for us. And here we are, chat, with game 3 of our semifinals run. We are going second, but our opponent looks fairly bricked. So given all that, I'm a little bit okay here. We're going to see what happens here. They decide to set 1 and pass, likely planning to use the Droplet with the knowledge that Fualas is going to come down later. We start Marshmallow here. You can activate Marshmallow if you're not against VSK9 because it doesn't actually, like, hurt the deck. And it lets us plus pretty easily. We have a great hand here. We're going to Cupsy Yummy Way. I am scared of a Super Poly until I see the Droplet come out. And once I see the Droplet come out, I go, oh, I kind of wish I had played it a little differently. I also could have tagged out the Cupsy Yummy Way here. I'm not sure why I didn't. Oh, right, I couldn't because they pitched a monster for Droplet. Now they chain Fualas alongside the Droplet. Here comes the Crocia. We do tag out. We are negated here, but here's why we did this, right? We did this so that when the Crocia came out, we could just imperm it. And for that reason, I'm feeling kind of okay. There's a world, chat, and I mean this unironically, where I should have just passed right here. Where, like, I should have just passed. Right? But I think I see a lethal line. So I shuffle back with Lollipop. I go into Snatchy here. We give them one draw. I'm like, oh, that can't be that bad. We're going to go here. They activate Sheena, and I'm like, all right, that's not that bad. That's not that bad for us. We Snatchy to set Mignon. We can surprise back the Marshmallow, which will get us back the surprise. So I'm not super worried about that either. The Linkaribo will pop off our Marshmallow, and then we can bring it back with Mignon here. I'm already like, do I keep going? What do I do here? We lower that attack. We go here into Lollipo, give them one more draw. That's the Visions. That might that's kind of a rough one. I don't know what they are drawing here. We attack in. Sheena has one battle protection. We go here, and then we Marshmallow for 23, and I go like, okay, this is probably fine. We give them one more draw, so we have the Snatchy tag outs, and set 2 and pass back to our opponent, hoping for the best. They activate Ascension here to add MST, and then the Corrosia comes out. I hold my Purge too long here. I should just Purge the Visions, because there's no world in which I'm able to Purge the Corrosia, which is what I'm holding it for, right? Because either they can MST pop their own Visions to chain block, or if they have, like, as you'll see, if they draw into a Phonics or a Revolver Rune, that also automatically chain blocks. They snipe our Purge anyway, and here I'm like, oh, this might be a little doomed. Our Purge gets sniped. They draw 2, pitch 1 Corrosia, but it doesn't matter because they have the other one. Corrosia adds 2, Revolver Rune chain blocks, MST gets our last one. We surprise back, but I don't know that it's enough. Now they have a negate on the field pinning us. We do decide to Lollipop, get rid of another MST, but I don't know that it's going to be enough. We tag out, and then we also summon back our Linkaribo. Summon back 2. We're just trying to wall up. We're trying to kill the Vow Room. We chain block it here. They can bring it back once they MST again, but for now it's off the field, which lets us kind of play. We go Cupsy here to draw a couple cards and sack a couple cards. That's the Megala to hand. I'm sweating when I see that, but what can you do? We pitch the Cupsy here. They summon the Megala. They MST again. That's everything they could want and more. We go into the Cookie here. Cookie in attack mode because it's the only thing it has. We're going to book 2. I decided to book those 2, not for any particular reason, but we end up with a Cupsy on the field. They decide to go into the Vava Rune to add back an MST. We chain out. They chain their own Call by the Grave on our Snatchy, and I'm just crying here. I'm just so scared. There goes the MST. The Phonics targets 2, but we get to tag out, so it doesn't really matter. You know, Cupsy leaves, but I'm not super sad. They shuffle back, draw another one, and that is set 2 and pass back to us. Here, though, chat, we are able to do it. They vision, draw 2, pitch that. This is totally fine for us. The game right now, as far as I'm concerned, is completely in our hands. We link Rebo there. We have enough names and enough gas to do it. We shuffle back their Vararoon. We go into Cupsy and we wait. The thing here, chat, is I'm fighting against the timer, tooth and nail against the timer. We add 2. We summon 1. My timer's at like 5 seconds right now. We add a Croaky. We shuffle back with Mignon. Add a Croaky. We go into the Cookie. Lower the attack of the Phonics. We go into Snatchy. My timer's like, if I could just go battle phase and start blasting, I can get it done. We go here. We Cookie with the Bookie. We go here. We try to pop it. They shuffle back to draw 1. We tag out. Chat, I'm just trying to make stuff happen. We have the line. The game is won. We win, but I have to go end phase because I am 0 seconds on the clock, and that's just lethal on board. Oh, chat. Oh, chat. It actually wasn't, funnily enough, until they start doing this. They draw 1 more off the mandate, and they draw, believe it or not, into Super Poly, which gets them lethal. So frustrating. So unbelievably frustrating. And that is the game. GG's and well played to our opponent. A shame to lose, and just doubly to lose to time, where I think we had it. But it was a great run overall. We made it to the semifinals. And that's, you know, all I can say. If you want to watch our full run, I'll post the VOD in the description of the chat here. And otherwise, chat, just lock in and wish us luck for next week. See y'all for the video tomorrow. Bye.